Okay. Good morning. We're up and running here. Are we? Sound okay? Yes. Good morning. Usual suspects. Okay. Ettone. Things are busy here. A bit of a mixed stream here. I finished my other stuff yesterday. I can't start the newest project yet. I'm supposed to be carving the first print in next year's series here, but I haven't got the design ready, and I still haven't got the block. Aoyama-san's preparing a block for me, so I can't get started on that. I finished carving, as you know, the gift print, and that's already started test printing upstairs, but I don't have the next carving job ready yet. So what I will have to do is fill in the space here. You know actually where this is going to go. There's a job that sits at the side of my bench here, which waits until no other higher priority job is here. It is the job that waits until no other higher priority job is in the way. We can actually get back to carving a tiny bit of this morning. The next job on my bench really is the first print in next year's series. We're way late with that. Way late with that. Okay, tonight, you know what to do, what I'm going to do. Let's just carve it. We've got the last little corner ready and waiting to be carved here. For those of you who don't know what this is, there's a famous old picture here of an octopus and a young lady, and down in one corner of it there is a bunch of calligraphy, and that's what we will be starting to carve this morning. It's a Thursday, so Cameron will be along. Yeah, paper is out. Thank you. Paper is out. 4 packs. I don't even remember what I did this morning. I went up there this morning. I shouldn't even tell you this story. I went up this morning and my alarm went off at 6. And recently I've had to use the alarm because I just can't make it without the alarm. So the alarm went off at 6. And I sat there for a few minutes trying to get it all together and wake up and bring it together. And staggered out of my bedding and headed upstairs to get a shower. There's 2 things upstairs. I got to get a shower and then take the paper out of the freezer for the printers. And I get to the room where Cameron's office is on the 2nd floor. I sleep at the front of the 2nd floor. So I get to the room where Cameron's office is, and there's a pair of shoes there. There's no shoes over there. When people come upstairs to go to work on the 2nd floor or 3rd floor, the 2nd floor is a shoes zone. It used to be the shop, so it's a shoes zone. So people wear their shoes through the 2nd floor. But when they get to the office where Cameron's office is, they take their shoes off because that's tatami, and then they go through and go upstairs. So at that entrance to Cameron's office, that's always a pile of shoes. All the people who are working upstairs, their shoes are there. And then during the evening, once they're all gone home, there's nothing. There's no shoes at that place. So I get up at 6 o'clock, stagger to the bathroom, then stagger out there, ready to go upstairs, and there's a pair of shoes there, women's shoes. And I'm like, what? This is 6 o'clock or 6:05 in the morning. I'm like in my underwear, ready to go upstairs for a shower. So I come back to my room, put some clothes on, go up there, and it's Ishikawa-san. She's up there printing. I look at her and she looks at me and I'm like, have you been here all night? And she says, no, I got here about 15-20 minutes ago. Figured you were asleep, so I kind of come up quietly. So she must have come in the front door, tiptoed up the stairs. She's up there now. She's printing the November print, the JJ November print. Okay. I'll need this box out of the way, I think. This is a chrysanthemum print going to be on the website. You said it would be on the 10th. Today is the 10th. 10th is the goal. 10th is the goal. They're test printing. They did test printing on Monday afternoon. It went whatever. This is what testing is about. I have nothing I'm going to show you. Absolutely nothing I'm going to show you. They did test printing. They came down Monday afternoon to the shop. The shop was crazy busy. Suga-san and Dei-chan had been doing some of the test printing. This is Monday. They came down to the shop Monday afternoon. And they waited for a minute till I had a few minutes free from customers and stuff. And they stood there. The two of them, Ishikawa-san, Suga-san, Ishikawa-san, and Dei-chan, the three ones who will be doing the main color printing. They brought this in the shop, called the test prints, and they stood there like this. And I can't do their faces, but they were not happy. We looked at their stuff, went in the back room, party room, out of the way of the customers. We looked at their stuff, and they have had trouble with this. They've had trouble with this. The color parts, printing the kimono color or whatever, this turned out okay. The idea we had to do a lilac kimono, put yellow on the flowers, overlap it on the lilac, and make some kind of green pattern on it, that worked okay. The edge of the flowers and the edge of the background color, where they're overlapping, it's a bit strange. There's too much overlap there. It needs some trimming. I got the background crooked. I'm going to have to trim that. So no problem. But they've tried and they weren't able to print the key block well. This is a super, super delicate key block. You've seen it. You know we've got it. I got a test print of it actually. Before they test printed on Monday, I took another tracing of the key block. I think you saw it. We talked about it Monday too. And they weren't able to print it. And if it was light for the body, the hair was non-existent. If it was a bit more pressure to put the hair in, the eyes became funny. They just don't have enough experience to do a print like this. And that's the problem. Printers these days just don't have a chance to do work like this very often, so they don't have experience in this. What they should have done was maybe opened up their barren, put some sandpaper inside the barren to help kill the pressure of the coil. Whatever, there's a bunch of things you can do about this. Use two brushes. Use one brush for the body, a second brush for the hair. Anyway, long story short, they just stood there and said, that's it, we're off this job, we can't do this. And we need this print. We need hundreds and hundreds of copies of this print. So what's going to happen is this. We've agreed to do this job in the same way the jobs were done in the old workshops. Instead of one person starting with the key block and printing it and going through the color blocks, and there's the finished batch of prints, then another printer doing the same thing, we're going to split it up. Somebody is going to do the key block, somebody is going to do the kimono color, somebody is going to do the flowers, somebody is going to do this. Hundreds of copies at a time. We're going to split it up that way. Susan wants to do the kimono color and all this blah, 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 blah. Somebody. So that's it. I did my sizing yesterday. There's 300 sheets of paper. I prepared special paper for it. I did sizing yesterday morning. It was hanging all day yesterday. This morning before the stream I went up. I took the paper off the hanging rack. As soon as I'm finished this stream, I'm going to be going upstairs, slicing all the paper ready for this, and I'm going to press it. Every single sheet, we're going to press it tight, 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 tight. And this evening before I go to bed, I will make the paper moist. I've asked Ishikawa-san to pull in extra staff for the next 3 days. So instead of me being here in the shop, there's going to be 5 people in the shop for Friday and Saturday, and maybe Sunday, we'll see. And that's it. Starting tomorrow morning, I'm going to be upstairs, and I am the somebody who is going to be printing the key block for this print. And I have no idea how many hundreds of copies we're going to need. So I'm going to be a printer. See if I can, yeah, we're talking about the gift print. Sorry, this is the gift print. And yeah, it's the OWL marathon all over again, except that I'll be doing what I'll be doing is I'll be doing the key, I'll put the hair in as well. So I'll be printing 3 impressions. The key block, the gray undertone for the head, and then the black over top of the head. And when I've finished the head part of this, out it goes to the kids, and they can put the rest of it in place. And I really don't know if I can do this, because this is as detailed work as I've ever done. I'll be able to do it. It'll take a warm up though. It's going to take quite a warm up because I haven't done work like that for literally years, many years. So we'll see. As far as the stream, what will happen? We're supposed to be doing a stream Saturday morning, and I guess I should be printing. So what we'll do, I guess, is if this does go to plan, if the paper preparation happens tonight, then the stream on Saturday will presumably be upstairs from the printer's room with me hacking away at the job up there. So it's going to go out. I don't know if this happens as planned. So Thursday. So starting tomorrow morning, I'll be printing. And what I'm going to do is, there's like 200, 300, whatever. But I'm not going to go all the way to 300 with just the hair, then all the way with the gray, because these kids are waiting to get going. So what I'll do probably is batches of 50 or 60 at a time. Do the hair, do the gray, do the black, wrap that up, fire it off. Sugi-san can get started on her batch. So I'll do, the keys for this, but I will feed it out to the kids in batches of 50 or 60 at a time. Sugi-san gets started on the kimono, Rei-chan gets started on the flowers, and then they can switch back and forth. We'll have batch A, batch B, batch C, batch D, whatever as they go. And I will just fire them out time at a time. So the first finished prints to show you and scan would be done, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday or something. It depends how long it takes them to go around the colors on those small batches. And assuming this all goes well, assuming it comes up well, then if the prints look good next Monday or Tuesday, we'll open the web page and up we are running. So today's the 10th, so it'll be 3 or 4 more days before we open the website for orders. Oh, something else I forgot to mention before I forget about this. Cameron's coming today, so stuff we've got a show and tell too for you. But the typhoon news. I don't know if you've seen it, but the weather report for here is interesting. There's a mega typhoon coming, an absolute mega typhoon coming. And it's due to get here in Tokyo somewhere around Saturday. And it's going to perhaps really cause chaos for the World Cup, and no idea what it's going to do to us. It might actually be not bad news for me, because I live here, and if the trains are all stopped and no customers come and no staff comes, then I'm just going to sit just and print. Now, the calligraphy for this little guy's speech. This is the speech given by the commentary by it says here, Kodako, small octopus. This is the speech from the small octopus. And he just got stuffed into the last little corner of this print, just the very bottom left-hand corner of the print here. And they were clearly running out of space, absolutely clearly running out of space. The guy who did the picture and the guy who did the text didn't coordinate too well, and there's too much text. So they just jammed it in. What they've done, we talked about this before, the text over at the beginning when they first started to write it, there's quite a lot of space between the lines. The characters are quite large. They kept a broad brush for this. As they went on, it gets to about here halfway. This is a different carver now because it's a different piece of wood. The lines get more compact. The carving gets smaller on the lettering. The calligraphy too. And look, it gets smaller and smaller. Over here, they start to get jammed together because he was really running out of space to finish what he was supposed to put on the block. And at the bottom right-hand corner here, it's just schmucked up, jammed, tiny little lettering. I don't have the translation in front of me. It's not specifically interesting stuff. This is not Nobel Prize winning literature of any kind. So the first step, we'll get the area outlined first, and then go in and start doing the fine delicate. It feels funny for me to have a big piece of wood on the bench here again. been used to doing that gift print for the past few weeks. A tiny little piece of wood I can move around, but doesn't bump it, it's stuck on the bench. I've just started wrong, it's backwards, so God, it doesn't matter. Oh, this is the end, and it starts, the lettering starts here, this is the reverse, so it starts here, Kodako, and it starts talking. This is the end, if I started here, it's okay. We don't have to carve it in regular order. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out there, you know, nice sunny, beautiful day. It's starting to get cool, a little bit chilly in the evenings. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Best time of year. Absolutely the best time of year, weather-wise. Except for, deadly typhoons. Am I on camera? Is it confusing? Part of the problem for me in the typhoons is that we've got two buildings here, one here in Saksa and one in Ome. And both of them have a bit of a problem with typhoons. The one here in Saksa, we're on a very low-lying piece of land. When you look at the topographical map of the area of Tokyo, we are about physically the lowest possible point in Taito City, which is where we are. And literally, the lowest physical point. We are basically like a few centimeters above sea level, right here at this corner where we are. There used to be a large lake just across the street, where this building is. Across the street used to be a lake. It was filled in, I don't know, the 1920s or 30s. Part of it, I think, was still post-war. I say a lake, it must have been basically a swamp because it's at sea level. So I would like to be here when there's a typhoon. We've got our sandbags ready. We're okay upstairs, and we put no prints on the floor downstairs. But, things happen, and I'd like to be here. But I'd also like to be at our place in Ome, because the home in Ome is nowhere near the sea, and it's nowhere near flooding, but it's on a river, and it's nestled on the slope of a mountain, which is marked on the city topographical map as being a level 3 danger zone for landslides. So maybe it's better not to be there, I don't know. Whatever, you live in a country like this, that's the way it goes. I guess I can also update on those of you who were watching the stream last Monday. Cameron and I did a sort of a small, show and tell. We showed you the new print, the one from Miyako Dori Publishers, the rain, the view of Ginza in the rain. It's after a long time of preparation and gestation, it's finally ready. We asked Kashiwagi-san, the publisher, if he could, on Monday. He left 4 copies with us. Well, this must have been Sunday night, actually. He visited on the weekend Sunday night, and we'd asked him to leave 4 copies with us. So they're gone. They're gone. So he's going to bring some more over. I think they're coming this morning. He's going to bring some more copies over. And it looks like that's going to be a popular item. It's an interesting print. How many blocks on the pressure? Ask Cameron when he gets here, because he wrote to Kashiwagi-san about this. I don't know myself. So when Cameron is here later this morning, pop up the same question. 12 blocks, 25. Somebody's got information. I don't know. Okay, there we are. Oh, my mother's here. Good morning. Good morning. Typhoon. Yeah. There's no worry about me. There's worry about our property. We may have broken windows. We may have some water flooding in, or we might start to get a bit messed up. Some leaks. There's no danger to the persons here. But yeah, this is going to be a big typhoon. The World Cup, the Rugby World Cup people are really worried, and Japan has mixed feelings about this. I don't know if you know, I'm not a rugby fan either, but we're all, because we live here, we're all following the statistics and stuff like this. And it turns out that if the Japan-Scotland game has to be cancelled on Saturday because of the typhoon, or if the Ireland-Samoa game is cancelled in Kyushu because of the typhoon, then Japan automatically now goes through to the knockout round. But if the game is played between Japan and Scotland, and if Scotland beats them by a huge margin, Japan is out and Scotland goes through. So in other words, if the game is cancelled because of a typhoon, Japan goes through. So this typhoon is it's kamikaze. Kamikaze. The wind of the gods is arriving to save Japan, blow Scotland back home. I suppose you're not supposed to say that already. Yeah. I don't know. You're talking about Scotland not having much chance. If they beat Japan, and if they beat them with 4 tries, getting a bonus point, then that's it. They're through. Unless Japan stays within 7 points of them and gets its own bonus point. So none of this is a foregone conclusion. The sports reporters, whatever. I've been watching a little bit of this, the news, whatever. And Japan is feeling a bit funny about this. They did really well in the last World Cup. The pools have 4 games each, and Japan won 3 of their pool games last time. Sort of a world upset, and yet they still didn't go through, even after winning 3 out of 4 pool games. And the same thing now this year. They've got 3 already, with no guarantee of going through. If they win the 4th, they go through. You have to win 4 out of 4 to get through? Really? The way those bonus point things work, they're really stacked in favor of the superpower teams. Whereas if you have a lot of blowouts, if you blow out your opponents, you get extra points, which minnows can't do, and medium-level teams can't do. So the superpower teams really have a huge advantage. I guess that's the way they want it. They want a final with all the big teams in. makes it really tough for a mid-level group like Japan to get through. This wood out of the corners here is not so good. When we're searching for wood, we try and pick good planks and stuff. But we never get them as wide as we want. And the wood here out in the corner, this is the heartwood, and this comes out towards the sapwood, the wood at the edge. And this is crummy. It's crumbly, it's weak, it's picky. Can't be helped. It'll be real, it's okay, but it's no fun to work with. This is cherry wood, yeah. It's cherry. It's a not so bad piece of cherry compared to what we've had recently. This is a reasonable piece of cherry, but perfect by no means. By no means, by no means. Especially near the edges, of course. Okay, let's all go with this. Oops. There's my microphone. Testing, testing. Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. Is it okay? It's only a 1 meter drop. Seems okay? Don't know what your headphones were like. Sorry about that. That's what I said, with a wider block like this, you know, I'm swirling around, and it takes up the whole bench. Where was I? I did more updates on the software last night, trying to get ready for the busy season, the order season coming in. The next 3 months, you know, there's more orders than in the rest of the year combined, so we're trying to get the software tuned and toned and updated. And a huge problem for our order entry system is that there's one big difference between a place like us and Amazon. And when you go to the Amazon website and buy stuff, you're logged in. Amazon knows who you are. So of course, whatever you do goes into the database, it knows who you are, it knows what's going on, the stuff can be prepared, it knows your address, blah, blah, blah. In our case, because we didn't want to make barriers to shipping, I don't force people to log in when they go to the shopping cart. They go to the website, browse prints, click to go to the shopping cart. And I do not want to do this thing where it says, please start an account to proceed. Now with Amazon, it makes sense. Of course, you know you're going to have an Amazon account to do the shopping. It makes sense. But if we do that, it's just a barrier. You know, so many times myself, I'll go to a website, no way, log in, make an account, forget it. I just wanted to buy this thing. So I'll go somewhere else. So the point I'm trying to make is that because at the point of the shopping cart and people making a purchase, they're not logged in, we don't know who they are. So when the order comes in, the system doesn't automatically know, is this a new person or is this a returning customer? Of course, what we can do is look at the similar name, look at the similar email, but people type their name differently, especially longer Spanish names or European names or whatever. The email addresses change all the time. It's really difficult to know if this is a returning customer and it should go on that same account or if it's different. Only what I've done is the update the last couple of days has made it easier for the operator, Cameron in this case. It does much better searching now through our previous orders. It searches first name, last name, email, country, a whole bunch of factors to try and identify, is this somebody who bought some stuff from us before, and that's the account, and can we send it through? And so it's been coming on the last few days, and it's much, much better now. And the test we did yesterday on the newest version, he's really quite happy with this. It saves him a lot of time. And all the entry now is totally automated. He does no retyping at all. The only thing we do is, in the case of people, there are still people who don't like the shift key. So they put their name and address and all that stuff in lowercase. And we should maybe let it go through as it is. And then the post office gets these labels with lowercase country names and whatever. But I'm too much of a control freak and I can't bear to do that. So So the last step for the operator before punching the accept button and running the order through the system is to clean up the address. Put them all into the similar format so that it makes sense on the labels and stuff like this. So. We open at 9:30 officially. First party's always at 10. Fabiola-san, I believe, is coming today. I didn't hear any footsteps. She's leaving soon. Today she's got like 2 days left or something of work here. I think she's leaving on Saturday. I really have not been a good boy, I have not spent so much time with her. I was supposed to, look over what she's doing a bit more and maybe give some advice and this and that. And, I mean, she's not here, as I mentioned before, she's not here to be our student. She's a professional printmaker. But the point of being here was to, let us see what she's doing and maybe get some advice. And I've spent almost no time with her at all. She's a super happy, cheerful lady. Doesn't complain. She's worked so hard. Just hour after hour up there. She gets here in the morning at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I forget she's there. She's just up there carving and test printing and carving and test printing. And then she'll come downstairs at like 7 o'clock last night and say, time to go home now. And I forgot she was up there. I think she's been Facebooking and stuff quite a bit. So her own fan base has been following what she's been doing and stuff like that. But I myself have not spent much time with her. Cameron going to bring a late slip this morning from the train, who knows? We were just talking about your train. You know, do you have a late slip or whatever? Nothing. Different train today. So.
Yeah, it took a little because I got to sit down. So, a few minutes slower, but not standing like a sardine in a can. Yep. Is that the Octopus?
It's I got nothing else to do. I mean, actually, I have a million things to do, but nothing else that I can do right here at stream time. You know, I got to get upstairs. I did the sizing for the paper yesterday, so that's for you, by the way. It's a post office fix. They screwed up one of the
again.
Whatever.
All right. Did they already return the cash?
Pardon me?
Or
I think it's just paperwork change.
Okay.
When we sent 2 packages to Jed a couple of weeks ago, one was over the sort of special insurance limit and one wasn't, and he thought they both were.
Got it.
So he filled out some 2 forms or whatever, blah, blah, blah. There you go. I'm going to... oh, I've missed a whole bunch of this year. I don't know what's going on.
You're doing carving instead.
Yeah, that's okay, done. That's my dog.
Little cup.
I know one of the print party attendees said his mother has been watching our YouTube channels.
Cool.
And Twitch, and actually she may be here. I meant to. This was part of the show and tell.
Oh,
a young lady, his mother. I say a young lady, his mother, whatever. I know. Who asked her son when he came to do a print party to please bring a little present for Dave. It's a nice sucky cup.
Yeah.
He thinks it's an egg cup. She thinks it's an egg cup, but this is Japan.
Yeah.
I have granola for breakfast, so this is a nice sucky cup. If the lady's here, I have to do an email for you later today. Thank you very much for thinking about us. And thanks for enjoying the YouTube channel. And I think she has like a website and...
It's in ceramics. Very cool.
In fact, maybe we should look at this. So he left me a little note.
Okay.
If you can read that, you're a better man than I am. I know.
www. Her name, Helen, maybe another E?
Maybe show
Helena Brennan?
Show them, let them do the searching and find it. This is the lady who made the egg cup here, so...
www. Helena Brennan, I think, .com.
Anyway, he really enjoyed the print party. He was from Ireland, so I guess perhaps this lady is also Ireland.
Yeah, very cool.
A nice little sucky cup. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
He was here with his Korean girlfriend, so a bit of a crazy family. Irish guy with a Korean girlfriend.
And visiting Japan?
Visiting Japan to do a print party. So.
They talked a little bit about the upcoming typhoon. It's going to be a big one, I think.
Yeah. We were talking.
But we don't know if it's hitting right here or what until it shows up, basically.
And the question is this a divine wind? Is it going to blow away Scotland? You know, if it blows out that game, Japan goes through.
Yep.
So.
Got it.
So it's interesting. The committee that's trying to decide what to do, because it's hosted in Japan. Japan is running that committee. That decides whether to cancel that game or not. So I mean, come on, would you want to be that person? Would you want to be that person? You know, no, I think we'll. Looks dangerous weather. I think we'll call this cancel. Can't endanger our customers.
Yeah.
And this Scottish guy is going to say, "We will through rain, through hail. Through, this is rugby. You know, whatever." Yeah. So there must be some really interesting discussions going on in the back.
Maybe the players will play, but the
audience.
No audience.
I think that was one suggestion. Just do closed doors.
Yeah.
Just shut the trains down. Just get the players in the stadium. They'll play the game. Whatever. They don't care. They don't care. They'll play on time. Yeah. Just play the game. Yeah. That might be the if I were the guy on the hot seat, I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
You got to play it.
We're gonna run this game, but we're not.
But you can't expect a train company to run the trains during a typhoon and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
Did you see the email to the print party box? Someone saying, "I've got a booking over the weekend, and there's a typhoon coming." What are you?
Yes, I replied to that.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if you had already gotten to him. But
what I haven't replied is a couple of people asking for a 4:00 reservation. And I really don't know what to do with that. Last year we opened all the 4:00s, and it destroyed us.
Yeah.
It destroyed us. So this year I haven't done any of it so far. But there are a couple of requests for one person.
Yeah.
But if I open it for one, bang, it'll fill.
Yeah.
But it's destructive. Yeah. So I don't know what to do.
How did yesterday's media company go through the evening? I left them before they were done.
I just did whatever, they just hung around and
Okay, and just took some pictures and stuff. It wasn't a big party or anything like that.
Everyone took care of that. Yeah.
Okay, good. That was just a visit for some pictures and short clips, and they'll make a video.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I think there was questions about Kashiwagi-san stuff. People were asking about colors and impressions and stuff, and I didn't know the number.
Okay. Oh,
and I
I've
said,
answered it.
Well, it's
in
funny,
one
yeah,
of the Facebook comments.
I said, well, ask Cameron when he gets here, and then somebody answered it. And where'd you get the info? And they said Cameron told me or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't probably following the stream, so
Yeah. So, well, who was it? It was a Yamamoto-san who was here when we asked, and he said it was 12 blocks and about 25 impressions.
Okay.
Meaning, like, some of them maybe he had to do twice, or he said around there, so about 2 impressions per block.
Okay. And are we getting more? Because they're sold out the show.
Yep, they're gone, but I think today's Steph is going to bring some in for us.
From yesterday's meeting.
Yeah. Yep, from their visit over to his place.
I was last night. Giselle stayed here late last night. She was here late last night.
Really?
And then when I got up this morning, I found her shoes at
She spent the night upstairs.
And I thought, so I went upstairs. I'm in my underwear, the towel around me, getting
About to take a shower.
About to take a shower, and she's standing there pressing paper. And I'm like, well, I've got a towel around my waist, and she looks at me, and I look
Close your eyes now.
She said, okay, I'll go away. And she went up into her room. And no, she wasn't here all night. She came out this morning. She left late last night. And she came in this morning, and she said, I didn't want to wake up, so she's like,
Yeah.
And she opened the door, came upstairs, and went upstairs without me noticing. So I get up at 6 with my alarm, I go in there, and there's
She's
a ladies and women's shoes are there.
And she's already printing, and she was up late last night too. Wow.
You know, I was chatting with her. I said, why did all the Moko Hong printers, with all of them, Kawai-san, Ishikawa-san, Sugi-san, and Dei-chan, all 4 of upstairs printers, leave work yesterday to go and visit this guy who has got laser carving? And I'm like, is there a backstory here?
Yeah, I was curious
is he going to opt me off? Because he needs printers to be able to run his business.
Right.
And we have trained a whole bunch of printers.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't angry, but I said, like,
What's going on?
And I'm old. They really are doing the same thing that I would do they're just sort of buying insurance and keeping options open and looking for the future. And I really, I left last night and I really felt old. I'm 67. I think we're young and vigorous and get this thing going.
Yeah.
And here we are, our young printers are making plan B.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which I guess is a good idea. And what can I say? I cannot criticize them. And I don't think they're about to jump ship. They will have more loyalty than that, I think. But if this ship, like Adachi's sinking, if this ship starts to sink, they are out of here.
Yeah.
They're out of here. So I had very, very mixed feelings about all this. Should I actually have been encouraging Kashiwagi-san to do this, or am I actually putting
nails in your own coffin?
Exactly. We're laughing, but exactly. And it really hurt a little bit that all of our printers, every one of them, and none of them told me about this.
Yeah,
they didn't even tell me the meeting was going on. And it was in working hours.
Yeah.
So I felt a little bit kind of funny about that.
Yeah.
You didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I had no idea until you said, "Oh, are you going over this afternoon?"
Yeah.
Over to where? What?
Over to our competition.
Yeah.
So. Well, one part of it we know. We've trained these people very well at this, and there's now a market where their skills are in high demand. So I have to remember that and understand this and keep it in mind when we're paying them. If we don't think about the market, then we're going to be in trouble. If we not continue to pay them not enough. If the amount we were paying them turned out to be way below market rates, then we'd lose them.
Yeah.
Loyalty is okay to a point,
Yeah. Cat Zombies asked, jumping way back to Yamamoto-san's comment about sometimes printing twice in one area, saying double for darker color. And we don't know about this specific block, but that is occasionally done. Other times it's done for gradations or...
So. If you can imagine a little square plate here, we could print it in one color, print it again to get it richer, do a gradation from the top, do a gradation from the bottom. So only one piece of wood can be used once, twice, 3, 4 times to wonderful effect.
Or on the same block, if they're separated enough, you can do 2 totally different colors.
Story.
So that's a different...
That depends. How are you doing your block count when you say how many blocks are there?
Right.
Is it how many pieces of wood, how many faces, how many color areas? There's no
standard.
there's no standard. So when someone says how many blocks, the number itself actually doesn't give you much useful information.
Right.
So that's why we, in our own world, we talk about how many impressions.
Yeah.
When we're talking to the printers about what they're going to get paid for a job, it's irrelevant how many pieces of wood there are. It's how many times they are going to have to get the paper out of the bag and put it on there and rub it. So So for us, it's how many impressions is the key.
Yeah. Interesting comment from Sean Min's Prince saying, but there's no soul in these laser cut blocks. People want works with soul and heart in them, but...
Well, I'm not sure. I don't think that really means anything. I know there are types of work where the human touch shows through to the finished product.
Yeah.
In the old original ukiyo-e prints, the artist, put his brush down and splashed the brush and drew it. Now, there's going to be, if you're using the word soul, whatever, there's feeling, there's a human touch in there, without question.
Right.
That went to the carver, who then did exactly what you see me doing now. And there's a human touch in what he's doing. He may replicate well, he may add his own touch, he may take away some of the touch, the feeling, the mood, but what the carver does actually has an effect on it too, because we can see the human touch. So you go to carve the color blocks, and now we're moving down and down and down the line. Carving a color block simply means you're carving the shape to fit within those lines. So if the carver does his job well, there's going to be no discernible touch from what he's done. So at that point, carving a color block, we could easily say, look, let a machine replicate this, because there's going to be no human touch in the finished product anyway. Now this laser thing is done, the whole thing, the lines and the color blocks are all done by laser. The same as the Yoshida prints, 100 years ago, they were done by metal plates. Toshi Yoshida, Hiroshi Yoshida did the drawing, went to a photographic company, etched, there's the metal plate for printing.
For the key block.
For the key block. And the Yoshidas did that because they didn't want the carver's touch in the way. They wanted the brush stroke touch left as it was. Okay, move ahead to this laser thing now. This laser thing now is working, not quite yet, but it's very close to the tolerance of what we can perceive in the finished product. So if the artist had been using a brush, send it to this laser boy, the block is going to come back. And I don't think, and we've seen it, he did the Kuniyoshi copy the same way. And Chon-san and I looked at the Kuniyoshi copy, and we could not detect any difference. And we're total, absolute professionals here. So the point I'm trying to get at is that if there is a process that needs to be done where we want to see the human touch, then this is what we should be using. If there's a process being done where we want to erase a human touch, just have a mechanical
only want the
job
illustrator's
done.
touch rather than...
So that's what you have in this print. You have those lines exactly as the illustrator put them down into his work. So you say no soul, you may be talking about the artist, you don't like the picture or don't think it has a nice feeling. And actually, I'm with you on this because I don't really like it so much. It's an attractive thing, but it doesn't have the light usage that I like. But the laser has not done anything to detract from it in any way whatsoever. Sorry, we're a bit of a rambling answer. It's our own, Mokuhankan's own idea. We are drawing the line. The plywood we're using is not the same as the old stuff because it doesn't in any way detract from the human touch. So.
And the last section of text.
Yeah, I've started to do it backwards. I know Kodako starts talking here, and then blah, 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 and that's the last character on the print, so I should have perhaps started over here, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to carve it in speech order. But, Kashiwagi-san, the guy who's doing that laser thing, he brought to us 2 samples some time ago. He brought a Kuniyoshi ukiyo-e reproduction, which they had done with a laser, and they brought this Shinhanga one they had done with a laser. And in both cases, the laser has perfectly replicated the brush strokes or drawing strokes from the artist. But we asked him, look, forget the ukiyo-e stuff. Go ahead with the Shinhanga. Make new, interesting, creative work using these modern tools, but forget the replication work. There's nothing that the laser adds to this that we can't do ourselves, And if the whole point is get a bunch of stuff into the market as fast as possible, whatever, go for it. Laser is much faster than me, but it doesn't do anything that we can't do here. And given that his problem is having enough printers, go for it. If there were tons and tons of printers waiting for work, then he could just get the laser busy doing all kinds of interesting
Just run all day.
So,
If you can find enough wood.
yeah, that's fun. So there's not enough wood and not enough printers. So use these resources in a way that makes sense. Get
Yeah.
these new prints out into the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. It's the whole story behind the print, though, not just, oh, here's what a machine has done for you. I could do all my work on Photoshop, just digitally print them, but it's so much less tactile. So this
Well, that's the
person
whole
saying,
other
yeah,
question.
I like...
This is the thing. Why are we making woodblock prints in
Yep.
the first place? You know, I mean, Tsuchimochi-san could have, and maybe is doing. Is there a JICLA version of that? I
Not
don't
that
have
I've
any idea.
seen anywhere.
Like Jed does. It's the same question with the heroes.
Yeah.
You go to Jed's website and buy the rickshaw cart for $40, and yet we're still behind orders on the woodblock printed version.
Yep. 88. Uncle Ernie is asking, did he show you just the print or the blocks? I've only seen the prints, but I don't know if you've seen any.
Not yet. No. When he came some months ago, I saw one of
Yeah.
the blocks for the Kuniyoshi print. He
okay.
brought it with it, but I haven't seen the blocks for this new one. It's all been made since I saw him last. So. And when the kids went over yesterday, did they see the blocks then? Or? I guess so.
Probably.
That's why they went there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wonder if he's written back to me.
Oh, no, we're planning a video about this thing. The David's
Yeah.
Choice series. Cameron and I are thinking it might be a good sense the next David's Choice or the one after
Yeah.
to talk about this because there's lots of issues. People are going to get confused when I buy from Oko Hong Kong. Am I getting a handmade woodblock print or what am I getting?
Yeah.
And it's now getting a bit confusing. So we are going to have to clarify this on the website. We're going to have to tag each print.
Yeah.
Woodblock, cart by hand, key block, metal plate, laser, blah blah blah, whatever, just so that consumers understand what they're getting. You know?
Yeah.
And it would be a really good idea for a David's Choice video, I think. Well, it's possible this is a huge mistake to take this stuff into our shop. You know, I mean, we didn't make them; we had nothing to do with making them. But we were helping the guy promote these around the world, and it might turn out that might be a huge mistake. It could be that this laser thing gets tagged with me,
Yeah.
and for the next few hundred years, Dave will, oh no, he didn't do that himself. It's all cut by laser. Look, it's all documentation. He's pretending to cut it by himself. You know? So 25 years of work could be just sort of eventually
Blown away
buried
by
and
laser.
erased by this one video we're going to make that shows a laser cutting this. You know. Dave Bull, oh yeah, that's the guy who ran the laser shop, you know. It could be a huge mistake to do this. You know? So in my attempt to be honest about this and keep all these things open, it could be a huge mistake.
Yeah. It looks like I haven't heard back from him yet. Oh, well.
I don't know, I got an email to you about the software updates overnight.
Okay. I haven't opened it yet to just saw it.
You now have skip ability,
All right.
of course, to leave it, the ones that are unpaid or whatever.
Yeah.
And the window opening functions in a sensible way, the module. What I can't control is window focus.
That's
After
okay.
you open the window for the new orders, you click one through, you identify customer,
Yeah.
click through, the order goes in. It won't jump.
Back to the other one.
No, it always jumps back to the previous window. What I wanted to do is this is a new customer.
Yeah.
So you click the new customer, it switches to the main window with the new customer's data in. You
Yeah.
click it to go it through, and I can't get it to jump back
Got it.
to where you want it to jump back. I can't explain it in words, but you'll see what
Yeah.
it is. So
Okay.
I can highlight focus within a window, but I can't make one window have the focus other than what the OS wants to do.
Oh well.
Where am I? Lost chance. I lost my focus here. I lost my window focus. Also, the Mac OS upgrades, this Catalina thing, whatever
Yeah.
number it is, we are out of the game. They don't allow any apps to run on the machine that haven't come from the App Store. Period.
Wow.
You cannot write your own
So I should
software.
cancel the episode. I'm just kidding.
This is what I heard in the Tidbits News yesterday. I'm like, what? What? You can't write custom software for a Mac anymore? But that's what it seems to say. It won't run stuff that wasn't purchased through the App Store.
Wow.
If that's really true, that's crazy.
That is.
Then you can't write software for a Mac unless you're an authorized developer and you're going to sell it through the App Store. I can't believe that's true, actually.
I wonder. Maybe that's what they
It
want.
was a highlight of the review because security.
Yeah.
You can't write your own software for the computer that you just bought? What?
Anyone else in here know any more than we do about that? Vivid KP says, I wonder if you could run software launched from an extern. 2 minutes left. Oh, and Catalina also just completely dumps all 32-bit.
We know
apps
that,
for it.
we know that.
I knew that was coming. I didn't realize it was this one.
Yeah, yeah, well, this is it. Although how it would work, if you get one of those virtual, I don't know, you know, run Windows inside the machine or something, can you run an older version of the Mac OS inside a virtual?
Yeah.
I don't know, because if that's the case, then you could run 32 in there, but
Right.
I don't know how that works. Well, the one that I'm concerned about is was the requirement that all software be authorized by the App Store. There was a word they used, tagging or something, where it has to have some kind of authorization through the App Store. Maybe that means you just have to get a developer account and they give you an account number and you can build your app with that account number, but it doesn't have to be sold through the App Store. I don't know how this is going to work. So I have to register as a developer to be able to write my own software for this thing? Because if that's the case, then we're going to be keeping a lot of old Macs around here for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Or I just retire. It's the end of it for me.
How would any software development work if you can't run your own code? Someone's asking.
I think it's a question of distributing it. You know, you can run it. You know, maybe that's the thing. You run it your own machine, but you can't sell it. Maybe I don't know.
And, Vivid KP found the quote from one of their pages. It says the macOS 10.15 SDK provides support for developing apps for Macs running macOS Catalina 10.15. The SDK also comes bundled with Xcode 11 available from the Mac App Store.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and that's how you write it. You can write apps, but the point being, after you finish your app, you put it in the App Store to sell it. I mean,
so you have to put it through the...
What we want to do is to write our own software and not put it in the App Store. We just want to write our own software and run it on our own machine.
Yeah.
And it was the Tidbits newsletter yesterday that came through.
Separately, for apps that are designed to be distributed outside of the Mac App Store, Apple has reminded developers of a new notarization requirement.
Oh, this was okay. Yeah, continue. Read on.
Apple is requiring apps that are distributed outside of the App Store to be notarized by Apple to run on Catalina. First introduced in Mojave, the notarization process is aimed at protecting Mac users from malicious and harmful apps. And here's a quote from Apple itself. This is macrumors.com.
Okay.
To further protect users on macOS Catalina, we're working with developers to make sure all software, whether distributed on the App Store or outside of it, is signed or notarized by Apple. This will give users more confidence that the software they download and run, no matter where they get it from, has been checked for known security issues.
So I have to get an Apple developer account, write the software, ask them to notarize it, run it on my own machine.
Yeah.
How much does a developer account cost? $999 a year?
Probably. In June, we announced all Mac software distributed outside the App Store must be notarized by Apple in order to run on Catalina. Make sure to test all versions of your software on Catalina, GMC, then submit it to Apple to be notarized.
Submit it to Apple to be notarized. So I have to have a developer account.
Yep, Apple offers trusted non-Mac App Store developer IDs that are required to allow the gatekeeper function on macOS to install
So that's me.
non-Mac App Store
That's me.
apps. Yep.
So it exists. It's a question of how much is it going to cost. And do I need their authorization? Do they have to approve the code and stuff? Like to get in the App Store, it's got to match their
Yeah.
rules and stuff like this.
It looks like it.
What?
It looks like $99 per year, according to someone's comment. I don't know if it's 100% true, but
Okay.
Can someone TLDR me? I'm a dev. I wish I could help. Too long to be.
Huh?
Just summarize this for me. Let's see.
It's easy. We write our own software. We don't want to run it on our own
Yeah.
computers. So far, no problem.
Pretty sure this is selling software, not using your own. But how do they know if the software you're trying to run on your machine was purchased somewhere outside the Mac App Store or just made by you and running on your own machine? So I don't know how it would differentiate between sold software and homemade software if it didn't get that notarization. Is that making sense?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have your own Xcode system and you build it on your own machine and run it,
Yeah.
or if you didn't build it yourself, you know what I mean? If
Right, but if you built it yourself and then copied it and sent it over to my computer, how does it
then
know?
I guess it's not going to know. I guess no
Yeah.
idea. No idea. No. Welcome to the world of traditional Japanese woodblock printmaking.
Talking about Mac software development.
That reminds me too, Cameron, John. We need those APIs from the tax agency. We have to start looking for that information.
Yep.
Welcome to the world of running a Japanese woodblock print shop.
Yep.
The documentation is all going to be in Japanese. Assuming there is documentation.
Yeah.
That might be a real barrier.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. 9:13. Any show and tell you want to
There's
talk
a
about?
batch of stuff there. I can have a peek at that. What time is it now?
Yeah,
Oh,
9:13.
okay, let's do that. Okay.
Okay. These books.
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, it's the stack of papers under the books. It's not so much the 3 books, it's the stuff underneath it. I don't know how far down it goes. You can figure it out.
Okay, looks like that here. Those are not the same.
Keep the books.
Boom. Boom.
Some of this is mildly interesting. I should have sorted it out a bit more carefully.
Thanks.
Now, let's see what we got here. Where's my glasses? Okay. What we got here is a bunch of stuff, a bunch of junk actually. It's from Kyoto, and it seems to be from not just a printer's workshop, but perhaps from a publisher's stuff. Because what we've got here, it's basically Kyoto workshop tourist stuff, and this is old. It's a real bag of junk, and it's stuff like this to show on a May show. It's all Kyoto scenery, and it would have been woodblock prints and stuff that were sold to tourists for the most part. Stuff like this, it's the Nara deers and little postcards and stuff like this. And it seems mostly pre-war, I think.
Yeah.
We've got things like
English.
this. Yeah, well, because they were sold to tourists.
Right.
It's a woodblock print, and that's also woodblock print. And it turns out when you fold it up and fold it up, you've got yourself a Christmas, New Year's card. And these would have been sold, of course, in boxes of 50 and 100, whatever. So it's real bang, 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 bang word.
A new font for Markusan. It's an interesting one.
I guess so. I don't know. It's not so much interesting, but whatever. Okay, yeah, I guess so.
It's different, I guess.
Yeah.
Not one I've
That
seen.
Y looks a bit funny. It looks like an upside down H. It is an upside down.
It is an upside down
Okay.
H.
So it's a real little bag of junk, but there's a little bit of interesting things in here. I know, how should I do this? Before I just flip through it, let me just find an example. Just a second here. Let me find an example. 1 sec. Oh, I wasn't ready to make this presentation. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is an example. This is actually, it's a wrapping cover. You can see how this folds open. It's a piece of paper that folds open and stuff goes inside it. And the front is a woodblock print. And in the same package of junk that we have here, let me skip down to the bottom. We have a bunch of these.
Oh.
And they are what look like a woodblock print with a whole bunch of empty space around them.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's
Sites
even
of
in English.
Kyoto.
Sites of Kyoto. It's kind of awful printing. It's tourist schlock printing. And what I'm getting at is this. These are the envelopes. This is a woodblock print that is going to become. Do we have the same one? Oh, we do. We got the same one. Here we go. So here's a woodblock print, printed on a piece of paper, and here is how it ends up as a finished product. It becomes the envelope for the stuff to go inside.
Before folding and
And
after.
I don't know if you can see it. There's a line here embossed.
Yeah.
So they've done the printing, gone a little bit beyond what they need, and one of the last blocks that they use has the embossing of this square box.
Huh.
So when it goes to the ladies in the back room, you know what they're going to do? They're going to fold it on that line.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be a test version. Look, it's been
Trim.
the color version plugs have been trimmed off.
Huh.
This must be a test proof. Interesting. So these do come from the printer's workshop there.
Yeah.
This is a test proof of it. Run the proof, bang, bang. After you've checked it, it's all okay. Trim the color block so that those outside areas are gone. Well, they must have moved it, because look at this.
Yeah.
The real one, they've decided to put it up from this.
Someone's
Yeah, cool.
asking, is that a kaiju? I was wondering too. What
This
is
thing?
that? It's got butterfly wings and a squirrel tail and human legs. What is going on there?
No idea. You tell me. I know.
I didn't even know they're yokai. Is that
It's an
Mothra?
yokai. It's an yokai.
It's a butterfly with
It's
pantaloons.
Yamato. I can't. This is really too stylized for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me see.
No idea. I'm
There's
sorry.
probably some kind of costume for the Amsterdam Festival.
Presumably, yeah. It's on a dance platform.
Yeah.
Of course. But I have no idea what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Butterfly wings, a tail. It should be Googleable. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm sorry. I don't pretend to know anything about that kind of stuff. Sorry. But the point being, from a printmaker's workshop point of view, we have these proof prints and test prints, and there was the test, and they decided what to do, and here's what it became.
Cool.
And it's just a batch of these. And this is really not the world's most highest quality printing, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Ken Dokuen. This is Kanazawa City. So
Yeah,
the workshop must have
Dokuen.
been in Kyoto, and they were making this sort of stuff for sale all over the region. And all I can guess is it looks pre-war, but there's no way for me to put a date on this unless something here happens to have a show date or something like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just flip through, because some of them are kind of cute, kind of interesting. Let's flip the package over here. Are we on camera?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Ooh, snow scene.
Oh, no way! This isn't the woodblock print. This is the watercolor. Oh, do we have the print that came from it? If we do,
that would be really,
that
really
would
cool.
be cool. That would be cool. This is the designer. This is what the designer will hand in, and bingo, the workshop will then go ahead and make it into a print. If we have the, oh my God, cross your fingers, Cameron Sam.
Okay.
This is a watercolor, a quick watercolor painting, handed in by the designer. What have we got here? Another card. Greetings and best wishes. That's regular printing. This is printing press printing. And the folder is made up. And we have stuck on the front a woodblock print. And you can see the registration marks. Look at this. You can see the blots from the registration mark. So nobody cared. Just blang it out, bang it out, bang it out. It's a Hakone on the Tokaido Road with Fuji in the background.
So, in Yahoo Auctions, what do they call these kinds of things? Just Kado or like Aisatsu?
Kado? I don't remember what this was.
Okay.
It was just Matomete Mokohanga. I mean, the guy knew it was woodblock prints. So I don't remember
Just
what
a
it said on
batch
this.
of stuff.
Just a batch of stuff. You know, so
I wasn't sure if card was a new term or something. Maybe
I don't know.
the old
Sorry,
ones.
no, I don't remember what this one said.
Yeah.
I think nobody else bid on it. The guy didn't describe it well. He didn't show much of what was in. He just took the sort of stack, fanned it out, took a picture, bang.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was word blocks. Oh, this is cool. Look at this.
Yeah.
There's two sheets here. Oh, different. This is kind of cool. These are like matchbox prints, uncut. These look like children's games.
Yeah.
Uncut 12, a set of 12 children's games.
Very fun.
It must run the season to show, or the all New Year stuff. Yeah, we have Hinamatsuri here, this one. This is Battledore, this is New Year. Guy spinning a top, Boys' Day, it's just general, it's just things,
How
kids'
children
toys.
play,
Yeah, how
yeah.
children play kind of a thing. So this is the girl with Hanabi for the summer.
Yeah.
This is Tanabe, it says Tanabata Matsuri, Boys' Day.
Yep.
So I don't think it's specifically 12 particular months. I think it's,
Just
children's
stuff
activities
they do,
during the
yeah.
year. Yeah, nicely made, kind of cute. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
very fun.
And my guess is they would have been sold, chopped up and sold as sets or pointed. That is a very, very nice little item. My God, that's worth way more than what I paid for this whole batch all by itself. Very nice. Hee hee hee. I mean, close up and get a good, They are very tastefully done. Again, this is not great art. This is the printing business in the early 20th century. Nice little touch.
Catching fireflies or dancing after fireflies?
Maybe, you tell me. What has she got? That's a fan. It's summertime. And is that some kind of a summer toy?
Yeah. And I think those are fireflies flying in front of her. Yeah.
Seem to be so. Yeah. I'm not sure what this one is. What's she doing with these? There's lots of toys I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, juggling?
Juggling? I don't
Yeah.
know. Or just tossing into the air. No idea.
That black is really dense.
Yeah, it's
How do they do
rich.
it?
It's rich, rich, rich. Thin paper. It's sort of a poster color black. Rich Sumi. I don't think they'd go to the trouble of printing it twice. Just bang it on. It's different from the black in this kimono. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Continuing our way down the stack here. What else have we got? Is that my target?
Even with those 6 images, it's the same few colors that show up different places all over.
Oh, we have more. This is something else. Oh,
Another
this
batch
is
of 6.
this is the reject. Look at this. Registration. All the blue in the background's misregistered.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's misregistered, which means there's going to be test printing in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean just blow it through. Test printing.
And like, these
Yeah, there's mess
mistakes.
everywhere.
And,
Yeah. So this is a printer's workshop. We've got this stuff up in the camera.
Cool.
What are these? This is a kids. This looks a bit more kids as we have, with the magic hammer. This looks like Ebis Daikoku.
All the symbols of good fortune.
This is nowhere near as nicely made as the previous scoop. Yeah. There's another batch. Look at, oh my God, this is deep, deep, deep. Here we go. There's more.
Someone
There's
asked,
more.
as you're doing this, did you manage to unglue that box of
I haven't
match
even looked at it. My
foods?
God,
Yeah.
do you have any idea what we're doing here these days? That's never going to happen. Just it's in a box and my grandchildren, whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever. There's another set. What is this? They're all kids posed as
Famous people from history.
I'm not sure. There's a no actor, an Oidan. I don't know. I'm sorry here. What have we got? A ninja type character edition.
Yeah.
And again, these are misregistered. This easily could be test print stuff. You know? Actor's name. Oh, another one. What's this? It just goes on and on and on and on. Here's another group. This is the Rokkasen, the 6 famous poets. Ono no Komachi, Ariwara no Narihira. I forget the guy's name, the blind biwa player. I'm supposed to know these things, whatever. Anyway, no, this is a little version of the Rokkasen, 6 famous poets. And again, misregistered, test print. What do we got? Oh, more. These are more envelopes for these tourist prints. It's a real mixed bag. I know, a real mixed bag. Just literally out of a box, a junk box. You know.
Yeah. It's aged differently. The paper looks like different colors.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, they've been testing different paper. No, it's the same paper. Yeah, one was left on top. It's being more. You know. Yeah, more. These are envelopes again from the tourist prints. I should put it up to the camera. Doysan would know more about what workshop this might be. I don't know. No idea. Meisho, so.
Yeah.
So the same one we had, Daiichi, Maki Janai, Daiichi. It's something, Miyako Meisho, capital cities, famous places, number ones, package. Oh, this is the same designer as we saw back in that last previous postcard edition. Oh, here you go, another postcard. Oh, this is Tokuriki-san. I don't think this is Tokuriki's workshop. I don't think so. An outside printer who probably did some work for Tokuriki, of course. Yeah. Another font.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
So many billions of these would have been made, you know. It's got nice embossing, you know. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
None of these are high quality prints, but it's just cool stuff. Thousands upon millions of these would have been made. Well, that's nice. Then we have that same mystery to show. Cameron sent those lines in the sale, which was a thing, absolutely. But is this sale split or is there just marks? I don't know. The one you seemed to lead us to said the sale was sewn in this pattern but didn't have gaps. But those printmakers made a gap. So I don't know. I'm still thinking they screwed up badly.
Yeah, the one before doesn't have the gaps. But that one does.
The thought
what we're looking at.
Look at this, yeah. Huh. It's still an open question, you know. Did they screw up or is it a thing?
Old boats. Learn more about old boats.
But it would be like left and right, show. So is that what we're looking at here? No, it's 1, 2 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's getting his computer out. Here we go. It's okay, I don't have time to muck with that one. Again, this is this is Wisteria. This is really bad quality work. Little postcards. Yeah. This is on thick paper, ready to be dumped in the post box. And these are backwards writing. This is pre-war. Yubin Hagaki. This is pre-war stuff.
Morning.
Kira-san, hello. Oh, here's the same font back again, Cameron, with the upside down HY.
Oh, yes.
I'm not seeing that print, that
Sales
design.
polls don't work very well, guys.
Here we are. There's this design to show. I haven't seen the print here. I'm getting down to the bottom of the pile. I think we are perhaps going to be disappointed.
Oh, too bad.
Oh, this is a New Year's card. It's actually a New Year's card. Yeah, these are New Year's cards and stuff from the year of the whatever, year of the whatever, year of the whatever. Yeah. Another one from the post. There we are. There we are at the end of it. Okay. A couple of packages for the tour stuff. Okay, interesting. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Too bad we didn't have a match for that that drawing, that painting, but
Yeah.
it'll come up one day somewhere. We will see this. We will see this somewhere.
Yep.
It might be in those boxes upstairs already. I don't have any idea. Should we use it for this year's New Year's card?
That one? Looks like a lot more impressions than you might want for a New Year's card.
Also, there's no name on it. We don't know who it is. It can't be. But we have to, coming up sometime soon, Cameron, we have to figure out what to do for this year's New Year's card.
One of those children.
But again, we have a bit of a problem with it, with authorship. We don't know who did
We don't know
this.
if it's old enough to use without royalties.
Yeah. This is early, just pre-war. But if the guys survive to the end of the war, then we're still, we can't really do that.
Yeah.
So. Okay, there we are. A nice, interesting package. Couple of thousand yen on Yahoo Auctions. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
It'll go into the collection. It'll get filed eventually. And bit by bit by bit, the big picture of how woodblock printing was done in the 20th century just comes together bit by bit by bit. And Mothra.
Maybe leave the glued albums on the first floor so that when the typhoon comes, they'll just let the flood flush it off. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, thanks. So mixed with all the sewage and whatever else. Yeah. Come in, but okay. Is it lunchtime, Kira-san? Is that breakfast?
Nice.
Karen-san, let's get out of here. We got so much work
See
waiting
you
for us now.
later.
Now, okay, but a word about the stream coming up.
Okay.
The plan now, Dave, is I was chatting with what's coming up. The plan today: cut the paper, press the paper, moisten the paper. Tomorrow morning, I am non-compass. I'm out of here. It doesn't exist. Everybody's instructed to pretend you don't see me.
Yep.
Now we'll be upstairs printing. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a while.
A while. Yeah.
We have like 400 or 500 to do.
Are you just going to do all of
What
the key
I'm going to do,
blocks?
the girls are waiting, so I'm going to do the head. I'm going to do the key block and the gray and the cutter.
the hair.
But if I just do 500, it's going to be a week before I'm finished. The girls are just going to sit there twiddling their thumbs.
Right.
So I'm going to prepare a ton of paper now, and then I'll do whatever all morning, ABC, 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 and if I get 50 or 60 finished, wrap it up, send it out to the next printer, they get started. Then I'll do another batch of 50, 60, send it out to them. So we'll have batch A in process, batch B in process, batch C. So as far as streaming goes, today's Thursday. Friday I will be printing. Saturday I will be printing. So probably I'm going to take these cameras upstairs.
Okay.
This is if. This is if. I've been programming. If then open curly brackets close, else open curly brackets close. So whatever. If paper
all
looks
goes
good,
smoothly.
all goes well, Saturday morning might be upstairs. Dave printing. Close curly brackets. If it's not going well, or I don't want to show what's happening on public, or I don't want to do that, I'll be just carving a bit more octopus. Close curly brackets. Open. Exit. There might be no stream on Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. The next few days for me are just invisible. We're sold out parties. There's going to be 1 million people. Can I actually escape upstairs?
Yeah. We shall see.
We shall see. Tune in. Or not. And find
Or
out
not.
Saturday morning. And Mom, don't worry about the typhoon. There may be broken windows. There may be stuff getting wet, but
We're going to be okay.
we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
Okay. See you all maybe
Sometime
Saturday.
soon.